Hands down, I believe 2024 was the year of the clone, the dupe, the cover, the remix, the impression, the impersonation, the rendition, whatever you want to call it. We know clones have been really coming on the scene, you know, definitely before the pandemic, they really took off. But I feel like 2024 is when everything just really kind of came full circle, and it's like clones are here to stay. And if you want to know what I feel like were my best clone experiences in 2024, then definitely stay tuned for this video. Full pack video. I'm gonna try to make it as short as possible, but we're gonna talk about a lot of fragrances in this video. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Yo, what's going on, party people, fat boy family? I hope that you are having an amazing day. It is the last Monday of 2024, man. Like, we here. And if the Lord is willing, we will be in a new month. Literally, winter is already here. So we've changed seasons. We'll be in a new month. We'll be in a new year. You know what I'm saying? A new week, all, you know, in a matter of pretty much about 24 hours. But listen, I appreciate y'all. I'm kind of at a loss of words just sitting here thinking about the whole year. I'm not gonna take too much time, but we just hit 7K subs the other day, 2 days ago on the 28th, man. So 2024 has definitely been a ride. I appreciate every single one of you. I could not record this video and not let you know how much I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? And thank you for every single subscription, every single view, every single like, every single comment, positive, negative, critique, craziness, whatever. We put in some crazy work in 2024 and we're not stopping. You know, we're going to the moon in 2025. But listen, you already know it's the hottest place on the internet for fragrance reviews. So if you're into that kind of thing, whether it's clones, whether it's designers, whether it's niche, you want to know, I'm your cousin. I'm your favorite cousin. I'm your favorite fat boy. So if you want to know what fat boy is rocking with, definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. While you're at it, go ahead and click that bell so you can be notified every single time I'm posting new content to the channel in next year. But let's go ahead and dive into the video right now. So as I said in the pre-roll intro, listen, this is all about my best, kind of my top 10, but it's a little more than 10 because y'all know I can never follow rules or directions, but kind of my top 10 clone experiences for 2024. Most of this is probably going to be chalk. Of course, you would expect these are things that I've talked about all throughout the year that I've highly, you know, put up there. So some of these you can probably already automatically know they're going to be up there. But where I'm going to rank them, that's what's, you know, going to be a kicker. But there are a couple that I do want to talk about that I had some amazing experiences with that I felt like they easily could have replaced something else on this list. But you know, they didn't. So these get a super honorable mention, but I could not make a list like this and not talk about my boy T over at the House of Nazar. Two fragrances that I felt like were absolutely phenomenal. People don't even know that Nazar has like impressions of clones. They think they just have the 12 in his original, but it's like, nah, T has some of, if not, T is a top 2 clone, you know what I'm saying, perfumer. That's what he started with. He started making impressions, you know, with the oils and everything like that. But 2 that literally just knocked my socks off this year. We have his version of Hashivat, which of course is based on, you know what I'm saying, Nishane Hashivat. And then we have his version, which is my absolute favorite. I love wearing this to bed. Moonlight in Heaven, which is his version of Killian's Moonlight in Heaven. Man, let me tell you something. You take this, fellas, this is one of them ones, you wear this to bed. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Your wife, your lady, your lover, your friend, girlfriend, fiance, significant other, you gonna kill her. She gonna be like, what you wearing? Oh, Brandon, what you got on? This that splat. This that splat. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Nah, she needs to worry about that. And then this Hashivat, man, like, this is so smooth. This could literally be your signature every day. Just grab winter, summer, spring, fall. office, construction, court. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? Those two definitely had to mention. Two other fragrances that I felt like, man, just took FragCon by storm when this line came out. From the House of Dumont, we got Nitro Red and we have Nitro White. This is basically that not Lamel. I always get these. The Invictus. For whatever reason, like I feel like JPG and then whatchamacallit be doing the same thing. Paco Rabanne. Very similar in their approaches to things though. But you basically get the Invictus DNA, watermelon over here, sweet and fruity, and then you got honey over here. If you are just getting into fragrance and you're trying to start a collection, I think one of the safest places, the safest houses you can start is Dumont. Dumont, man, and get you this Nitro Red. All right, so you can see that right there. All right, and this is your spring, your summer, watermelon. It's that Invictus DNA with watermelon, super sweet. And then for your fall and your winter, get you that Nitro White. Now it's super blown out. It's super blown out. I'm sorry. So you can see the words right there. Yeah, super blown out. This is with honey. Still got that nice Invictus bubblegum DNA, but with honey. Woo, woo. You're going to kill them every single time. And then the last one that I really, there are a lot of fragrances that I just enjoyed, but I think like some of the top ones that didn't necessarily make it into the list. We have one of the later releases of the year from F9, Supremacy Collector's Edition. All right. Now, so I know somebody gonna ask, like, what happened to your thing? The glue just came off. You know what I'm saying? There it is right there. There it is right there. See what I'm saying? The glue just came. So I just got to glue it back up there or whatever. But yeah, you know, we did a lot of debating about this, whether this was, you know, a play on Creed Aventus, Absolute Aventus. I don't think so. I think there are a little bit of nuances there, but I think this is more a representation of a pineapple forward leaning batch of Aventus. So those earlier batches that were more pineapple, more fruit leaning and not necessarily moss leaning. I know somebody's going to ask. I still say F9 Supremacy not only intense. If you want the more earthier, mossy version of Aventus, go that route. If you want something that's a little bit more fruity, you know, more pineapple based, go this route. But definitely this arguably might be their best release from the house of F9. And this has been getting better with time. So I know this is going to be crazy. Look forward to a video I got coming up soon. Maybe it'll drop tomorrow. Maybe it'll drop on Wednesday of what I think are going to be the top clones of 2025. This time next year. That's probably what the video will be called. This time next year. Who's going to take top spot? But again, from the house of F9, we have Supremacy Collector's Edition. All right, so those are my super honorable mentions. Let's go ahead and jump right in to the list, starting in no particular order. Yes, in a particular order. I don't know why I said that. But number 10, at the 10 spot, we've got from the House of Paris Corner under their North Stag Expressions line, we have Quattro. We have Quattro. All right, and this is an orange bottle, and maybe from the bottle you can tell exactly what this is going after, but this is a clone of the house that shall not be named, LV's Afternoon Swim. So the star of the show here is that mandarin orange, and when I tell you it smells so good. Listen, you already know this is a springtime, summertime beast. If you want that afternoon swim and you don't want to pay that LV price for it, and you want just as good, if not better, longevity, performance, you know what I'm saying, sillage, this is one of those ones. If you don't have in your collection, you need to add to the collection. This arguably might be the best because they have 4 different fragrances. And I've talked about all of them except for But if you're gonna get one, I would definitely start with this. But again, from the House of Paris Corner, North Stag Expressions, we have Quattro. All right, in the 9th spot, we got, woo, I feel like this could have been higher, but you know, I'm trying to be objective in my subjectivity. But in the 9th spot, we got from the house of Yom and Leo, we have Basic Defense. Not Basic Defense, Basic Instinct. And this is their version of Mind Games French Defense. You guys know how much I love and how much I have talked about Mind Games. And the only reason this bottle is full is because I got 2 10 meals from Yom and Leo that I'm still working my way through. But you know how much I've talked about Mind Games French Defense and getting a full bottle. And the only thing that continues to hold me off is this right here from Yom and Leo. Arguably, I think this might be the best. This might be one of their top 3 clones out of what I've experienced so far. And that could be a little subjective just because I love the DNA so much. But if you love amber, woods, and cherry, if you are a cherry lover like I am, but you don't want a medicinal cherry, you don't want like a boozy cherry, you know what I'm saying? Like if you're looking for a boozy cherry, Bodacious by Boadicea, you know, you want to go that route. If you want a medicinal cherry, you know, you want to go Lost Cherry. You know what I'm saying? Something that's going to give you more of this Tylenol, you know, cough syrup feel. Some people like that menthol-y smell. If you are a niche snob or a designer snob and you just got to have labels and you don't want to pay the Mind Games price, you can go Tom Ford, you know what I'm saying? Electric Cherry. But nonetheless, I don't think it gets better than this right here outside of French Defense. Definitely from the house of Yom and Leo in the 9th spot, we have Basic Instinct. My God, I love this stuff. Whew. We already starting out strong. Aromatherapy is a real thing, people. It's a real thing, real thing. All right, in the 8th spot, we got it's not a 2024 release, but I didn't pick it up until earlier this year. But from the house of Afnan, I think one of the best clones out there on the market. We have Afnan Tarathi Blue, some citruses, amber, wood, and musk. This is their play of Bulgari's Tigar. And let me tell you, if you want a nice, fresh citrus fragrance with some spice, that's a great easily could be a signature scent, everyday wear, especially in the office. Of course, this is going to shine brightest in spring and summer. Definitely you can get away with this in fall. But if you work in the office, I mean, you can wear this, you know, pretty much any time of the year. This will go well in the restaurant as well. You know, a lot of times y'all be working in these places and back there in the kitchen, they be having to turn the AC on so y'all can stay cool because it be so hot back there in Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay. But yeah, man, this is good. This is some good stuff. So definitely in the 8th spot, when it comes to longevity, when it comes to sillage, when it comes to performance, this is one of the top ones out there. But we have from the house of Afnan, Tarathi Blue. All right, in the 7th spot, y'all butchered me about the way I was saying this. No, it's not an Armand fragrance, but from the house of Paris Corner. You know my favorite word to say in 2024, Rificat. Rifakit, whatever you want to call it. Man, fresh, spicy, vanilla, some amber, aromatic. This is Paris Corner's version of Baby Cat. And I got a chance to smell Baby Cat, and I don't care. I don't need Baby Cat. I'm rolling with this. I'm not saying it's better. I appreciate the OG. It is magnificent. I just don't have any need to spend the money on that when I got this right here. This one right here is love. Love every time. There's a nice, soft, powdery nuance here, but there's some saffron in here that also gives off this leather accord. Y'all know how much I like that vanilla oud that has that leather. You know how much I like that Tom Ford Eau de Ombre leather that's got that vanilla in it. They got rid of that patchouli and moss. This kind of does something similar, but definitely for a much cheaper price. Man, this smells amazing. This probably could have been higher on the list, but I absolutely love this stuff. Just beautiful, man. Beautiful. Vanilla, cedar, wood. I think, like I said, there's some saffron. I think some olibanum or something in here. Some peppers, elemi. It's just good. It's just good. The slightest bit of resin I just got to keep smelling it because it's aromatic. It's aromatherapy. I keep telling y'all that. But you got to have this one. And this is one of those ones you dress up. This is nice sweater, cardigan, you know what I'm saying? Nice overcoat, something like that. But from the House of Paris Corner, we have the Rificat. All right, in the 6th spot, this is going to sound a little confusing and controversial. But the reason I'm putting this one here and not its counterpart is because of how long I actually got a chance to experience it. Pause. Super pause. But in the 6th spot, I have from Dua brand, A Night in New York. And I know some people is like, wait a minute, Walt, you just talked about Gotham Night from Yeoman Leo, you know what I'm saying, being number 1. And like I said, one of the things I told y'all is it's number 1 for me because it's a bit more refined. That's it. 1A, 1B, you couldn't go wrong with either one. And I think it's the better buy for the price and then how hard it is to actually find this. And you can see, you know, we've done super damage with this one. New York Night, this is based on, this is their version, their impression of Bond number 9, New York Nights, which I know is pretty much my favorite Bond. And so I wanted this to be higher on the list, but it's got to take a back seat to the other ones because they are just so much. We get into the creme de la creme. But again, I just got Gotham Night, you know what I'm saying? Like what, at the end of October, the beginning of November or whatever from Yeoman Leo. I had this all year. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't think it gets any better for fall or winter than this DNA. The only other DNA I think that tops this one is, or two, you have Parfums de Marly, you have Harriet, and you have Parfums de Marly all to here. Next to that, I think you got to put in there that Bond number 9 New York Night, that caramel and woods, man. That's all you need to know. And it has this freshness to it that's like, oh my God, it's just perfect for cold weather. But again, from the House of Dua, we have A Night in New York. All right, we've made it to the top 5. So this is really what y'all, you know what I'm saying, came to see. So let's pick up the pace and the excitement a little bit. So in the 5th spot, I think this is top 5 clone of 2024 that was also released in this year, 2024. We have from the House of Armaf, we have Club de Nuit for show. Bottle is dirty. So you can tell I've been wearing it, I've been touching it. Club de Nuit for show. This is their impression. Armaf, y'all got to do something with these tassels in 2025. This is their impression of Creed Absolute of Venice. And this is the best one out there. If you want that smoke accord, that level of depth, that dark spiciness that you get from Absolute Venice, then this is absolutely what you want. I don't believe nothing else nobody say what they talking about. This is the one right here. It gets no better than this to me. This is Armaf's best fragrance that they have right now, but it's not pretty much a lot for me to say. You know, those of you that know, you know, we've been talking about this one since its release. But again, from the House of Armaf, we have Club de Nuit for show. All right, in the number 4 spot, we have a DNA that is arguably top 2, top 3 right now. I actually just posted a video about its counterpart the other day, talking about none other than the Lamel Elixir DNA, but from the House of Grandeur Elite. You already know. We have that Tribal Gold. I'm acting like Dedrick. Hold on. I just realized the way I kind of. That's my boy right there. That's Dedrick right there. That's Dedrick. Instead of just being like, you know, boomer, you know, you got to round that thing in there and be like, you but Tribal Gold, man. Listen, all you need to know is this the best honey out there. Forget Naxos, put it to the side. I'm just talking about DNAs. And I'm not saying this is better than Naxos, but you know, honey and tobacco, Naxos is cool. I think Lamel Elixir is the best one out there. I don't think it gets any better than that. And if you're talking clones, the best one, you can't talk top 5, top 10 clones and not put this in there. Again, I know some people may say, You know, we just talked about it the other day, Latifah of the Kingdom. If that's how you feel, that's how you feel. But again, I told y'all, still, you can't go wrong with either one. But for me and for my house, we gonna holler at this tribal gold. All right, in the third spot, we have a tie. Yeah, I know y'all like, Walt, you tripping. A tie. We got a tie. I had to put, one of these was gonna be in here regardless, but I had to put another one in here, and I was like, both of these could go for the third spot either way. So I'm gonna talk about the first one. This is 3B. We're gonna talk about 3B first because I can't give it the edge over the other one. But you cannot talk about top 5 clones of the year and not include Latifah Kamra Kowa. So y'all already know this is a flanker of the OG Kamra, which literally people might argue, I mean, is the best clone ever that took the world by storm. And basically what they did is they made it sweeter and added coffee to it, which is crazy because you know how sweet the OG is. And so the only bad thing I have to say about this is that the coffee doesn't last long enough. That's the only thing. So hopefully they reformulate this and come out with something where the coffee lasts much longer. You get the coffee for like 5 minutes and then it goes. But the sweetness is like ramped up even more. So if the sweetness in Kamra wasn't enough for you, then definitely check this one out with that coffee twist. But we have Kamra Kowa. That's 3B. And then 3A, we have, this is just one of them ones. If you don't have this, I don't know what you're drinking, what you're smoking, what drugs you're doing. But from the house of Joe Milano, Game of Spades, we have Wild Card. Once you get up here towards the top 3, this is where this is about subjectivity and preference. Either one of these could have took the top spot. But this is their impression of Bond number 9, Lafayette Street. And this is the flagship for Joe Milano. This is carrying the brand. If you've been thinking about jumping into Joe Milano Game of Spades and you're trying to figure out where to start with this one. I haven't met anybody. My mom smelled this the other day for the first time and she was like, I know women that wear this, women that love wearing masculine scents. They're not afraid. And I mean, this could go off as unisex, but man, listen. What did I tell y'all? This was t-shirts. This is white tees in the summertime. I stand by white tees in the summertime, but you can wear this all year around, man. Beautiful, 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 fresh, spicy fragrance that is super, super, super aromatic, super, super, super head turning, just breaknecks. You can, if you go wrong with this, there's something wrong with you, not the fragrance. Joe Milano, this arguably put y'all in the house, or the discussion is, could you be the, number 1 clone house of the year? But definitely check this out. I can't believe I'm saying that. I can't believe I'm saying that. If you love clones and you don't have this one, I don't trust you. But again, from the house of Joe Milano, we have Game of Spades, Wild Card. All right, so that was in the third spot. So now we down to top 2. So I really could go chalk with this, but I'm not gonna go chalk. I'm gonna still be objective in my subjectivity. You know what I'm saying? All right. I think the second best clone on the market, period. And when I talk about best, we're talking about performance. We're talking about longevity. More importantly than anything, we're talking about accuracy. We're talking about depth. We're talking about pricing. We're talking about getting your money's worth. And just like the Wild Card, because I know people are still getting around to figuring out what Joe Milano, who Joe Milano is. But this house has been around since the beginning. You've had Latifah, you've had Armaf, and you've had Afnan. But it's really been Latifah and Armaf. It's like the big two at the top. And if you don't have this in your collection, you should slap yourself. To me, second best clone you can have for the money, Armaf Odyssey Aqua. This is their impression of Invictus platinum, which I think is the ultimate everyday, easy to grab, just dumb reach. You could literally wear this if you like fresh, if you a gym guy, if you a teacher, if you work at McDonald's, if you work at Walmart, if you work at Amazon, if you work outside, if you work from home. To me, this is the ultimate fresh. This is the ultimate freshie. You can't, anything you tell me that's the ultimate freshie, I'm going to tell you it's not. It's this right here. It's this right here. I stand by this. I guarantee it, in the words of Denzel Washington. I put my stamp of approval on this. But I absolutely love this stuff. You know, we doubled up on the bottles, but this right here, listen to me when I tell you, if you don't hear nothing else I've said in this whole video, if you don't have this in your collection, you're tripping. Stop. You don't deserve to talk about fragrances anymore. I don't care. Not when we talk about clones. You don't deserve to talk. You know, we revoking your card and we taking it. Again, top two. It's my opinion, and I know it's subjective, but this ain't subjective. This is top two. It arguably could have been number one, but from the House of Armagh, we have Odyssey Aqua. Now we're getting to that number one spot, and you're probably not surprised at what this is gonna be. We really just, to me, this was number one. It was just, how do we put everything else behind it? Top DNA of the year, Parfums de Marley, all to here. So, top clone of the year, from the House of Fragrance World, under the line of French Avenue, we have Liquid Broom. When it comes to vanilla, when it comes to spice, when it comes to citrus, when it comes to depth, when it comes to warmth, it gets no better. Can't nobody love you better. Listen. I get so weak in my knees, I can hardly speak. I'm losing control. Take over me. Yo. I think I sprayed my face. I mean, what more can I say? Vanilla, cardamom. There's some bergamot in here. Did I say vanilla? Like, this is creme de la creme. This is as good as it gets. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. You know how if you've been watching me, you know how I feel. I'm sorry, I just kind of paused for a second because it's like, fragrance should do that to you. If a fragrance doesn't make you just stop and pause and appreciate and be like, dang, that smell good. So I smell good. You smell better, you feel better. When you feel better, you see things differently, man. The whole world just changes before your eyes. And no matter how bad of a day I'm having, all of my fragrances do this, but there's one for sure that I can walk by, pop the cap, and do that right there, is this one right here. So in the top spot for 2024, probably no surprise, we have French Avenue Liquid Broom. All right, so what do y'all think? What do you think? You know what I'm saying? That's the last super big list video of the year. You know what I'm saying? We tried to go out strong. I think one of the first videos, successful videos we had of the year was a list video. Top 10, I think it was clones. I think it was for fall. So you know what? I didn't even think to go back and look to see what made that list that is comparatively different to now. Nonetheless, y'all know how it goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't need a rating on this list. This is an A list. Ain't nothing fluid about this one. But yeah, holla at your boy. Let me know, man. Listen, if you're locked in already, I appreciate y'all. Y'all know what it is. We're going straight to the moon and even higher, a whole nother galaxy in 2025. But if you're not and you're set here, like yo, I've looked at my analytics and I've seen it's a lot of y'all watch my content, but a lot of y'all not subscribed. Like, yo, it just take, like, literally, it don't even take a second. Just like button, subscribe button, and click that bell so you can be notified every single time I'm posting new content to the channel. But holla at your boy in them comments and let me know what you think. But until next time, I'll catch you guys in the next video. And if I don't see you before 2024 gets out of here, I love you. I'm proud of you. Much success to you and yours. Happy New Year.